February is Black History Month. It's a time to draw organized focus to the history, heritage, and culture of people who helped shape the world we live in today.
Here on Delmarva, we celebrate the contribution of, among others, Harriet Tubman year-round. In fact, you can follow hers and the journey to freedom of others by following the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad byway. Now, one of those stops is the site of a church with strong ties to Tubman and her ancestors. I recently visited the church to learn more.
We come this far by faith.
It's a journey driven by faith.
I didn't know it was so much history here until we start learning, different things about this area. Leaning on the Lord.
Fueled by descendants of two Dorchester County communities, Harrisville.
My dad grew up in Harrisville, and he passed away just almost 4 years ago, and he was 105.
And Madison.
Most people around here were some way or another were either related or friends. So it's more like with Harrisville and Madison was like a big community.
All with ties to abolitionist Harriet Ross Tubman.
This community is where Harriet Tubman met John Tubman.
Malone's Methodist Episcopal Church still stands today, serving as a reminder of the community's rich history and unwavering faith.
And trusting in His holy word. I can go back like 4 generations, and probably more, but I've been back 4 generations that are here. So it's a special part in my heart, to say we need to preserve Malone's church, because Malone's church stands as a testament of their faith and the love for the community and family.
Many of the faithful are buried behind the church in the Harrisville Malone Cemetery.
We would always come down Memorial Day to put flowers on the graves of our family members that are buried here.
The congregation was first founded in 1864 by freedom seeker Vincent Green.
He was a slave and he escaped in 1827. But what's so fantastic about his story is that he returned a free man in 1845. 1845, he returned a free man, and he's been a leader in this community.
The property was deeded to the church by another former slave, Jeremiah Malone.
That's when the first Malone's church was built in 1864.
The church that stands here today replaced that structure in 1895.
The last service was in 1997. That was the last May Day in 1997.
The Harrisville Malone Cemetery Maintenance Fund is working to bring the church back to its former glory. They've come a long way. Last fall, the church was added to the National Park Service's National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom.
So it's a special part in my heart, to say we need to preserve Malone's church, because Malone's church stands as a testament of their faith and the love for the community and family.
Although Harriet Tubman was born in this community, those on the committee to preserve the area say they are learning more today than they did when they grew up in the area.
No, my father didn't talk about that. And my grandfather didn't either, So we didn't know anything until we started, learning the history of Harriet Tubman. And we learned about it in school a little bit, but it wasn't a lot.
I do remember being in high school or something. I can remember once talking about, because they would say Harriet Tubman was born in Bucktown. And my dad just said, Harriet Tubman was born down in the Harrisville Road. He didn't say anything more. So, in all the research and what we're learning now, I said, I took a deep breath. I said, wow, that's validation. We have validation now.
Although the church is boarded up, there are big plans for its future. The group recently received a $250,000 grant from the State Commission on African American History. That money will be used to raise the building up and install a new roof. Big steps toward what's planned for the future
of the site.
We want it to be an interpretive center, but not only telling the stories about Harriet, but the community that nurtured her, that helped her along the way. That's what we want everyone to know, is about the community. She didn't do this by herself. She was here working with our family members, you know, living right on this property. She lived and worked here. How the families, you know, how they connected. That's what I want them to learn.
A reminder that pursuing freedom is a tapestry woven with courage, resilience, and unity.
And you can learn more about Malone's church and donate to the project to restore it. We have a link on our website, DelmarvaLife.com. And you know, Steve, it stands to reason that, of course, Harriet Tubman and her husband, born in that area, that they would have so many ties and so many ancestors still there.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, and when you research that and you find out more about it, you visit there, you learn. I mean, that's what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. Yep.